Hello everyone, welcome to Yellow Pages Nursing. In today's video, we will be discussing about COPD. Before entering into the session, if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe our channel and do not forget to hit the bell icon to receive instant notifications. Let's get into the topic. COPD stands for Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease. Here the keywords are chronic, which means long term, and obstructive, meaning the airflow is blocked. Unlike asthma, the obstruction here is not fully reversible. COPD mainly includes two conditions, chronic bronchitis and emphysema. When we look into the causes, the number one cause of COPD is smoking, and other causes include long term exposure to air pollution or chemicals at work. Next, moving on to types of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. There are two main types of COPD, chronic bronchitis and emphysema. Chronic bronchitis are also called as the blue bloaters. These patients have inflamed airways filled with thick mucus, and because of this mucus, they have a chronic productive cough. Their oxygen levels drop early, which cause cyanosis, that is, blue lips and nails, and that's why we call them blue. They are often overweight and may have swelling in the legs, which explains the word bloater. They also tend to retain carbon dioxide. On auscultation, crackles and wheezing is heard. For an easy understanding, all these are categorized under the mnemonic bloater. Now, moving on to emphysema, they are also called the pink puffers. Here, the problem is actually not mucus, but the destruction of alveoli. The air sacs lost their elasticity so that air goes in but gets trapped there. These patients have severe shortness of breath and breathe very fast. We will often see pursed lip breathing and tripod position where patients lean forward to help them breathe better. They are usually thin or underweight because breathing takes so much of energy. Their chest becomes rounded, what we call a barrel chest, due to air trapping. For your easy understanding, all these findings are categorized under the mnemonic buffer. Next, let's move on to pathophysiology. In COPD, the airways are inflamed, filled with mucus, and the alveoli are damaged. Because of this, air gets trapped inside the lungs. Carbon dioxide cannot escape properly, so it gets built up and oxygen levels drop. Over time, this leads to chronic respiratory acidosis. Now comes diagnostic evaluation. Pulmonary function tests are done to confirm airflow obstruction. Chest X-ray usually shows hyperinflated lungs and a flattened diaphragm. ABG confirms CO2 retention and low oxygen levels. The pH is low, meaning acidic. PaCO2 is high because carbon dioxide is trapped. PaO2 is low due to poor gas exchange. Bicarbonate is high because the kidneys try to compensate. So overall, there is chronic respiratory acidosis with metabolic compensation. Here comes nursing management for COPD. Our priorities are airway first, breathing second, and oxygen last, but low flow only. We position the patient in high fowlers and encourage pursed lip breathing and coughing, provide chest physiotherapy, and ensure hydration to thin secretions. We also teach energy conservation. Most important warning is never give high flow oxygen because COPD patients should receive low flow oxygen, usually 1 to 2 liters per minute, and target saturation will be 88 to 92 percentage. High oxygen can suppress their respiratory drive because they breathe based on hypoxia, not CO2. So always remember low oxygen only. Next is medical management with bronchodilators like albuterol and ipratropium, which are used to open the airways. Corticosteroids, that is prednisolone inhaled steroids, are given, which reduces inflammation, and they are given either in oral or inhaled form. Mucolytics are given, which helps to thin secretions, and antibiotics are given if there is any infection. If COPD is not managed properly, it can lead to complications such as respiratory failure, pulmonary hypertension, and cor pulmonale, which is right sided heart failure. Frequent respiratory infections are also very common. So here we go with COPD. If you find this video useful, please like it, share it, and subscribe it. And do not forget to hit the bell icon to receive instant notifications. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.